This is an overview of level 2 of the Student Day Theory exam on liontheory.com. If you watch the first video, you'll notice that these two questions are pretty familiar. If not, I can explain how it works real quick. Basically, it's going to hide a random member of the, well, we'll just call this like the sharp circle of fifths. In this case, the one that's missing is D sharp, and then E. And this question will basically randomly repeat hiding one of these forever. And this one works exactly the same way. Again, I go over it in a little bit more detail in the primary level video, so check that one out if you have any other a deep desire to learn more about this question. This question I go over in level 1 a little bit. I can just show you briefly what it does. Basically, when you hover over the staff, it's going to draw V's. That's because I can't really draw a V with the mouse and have it look nice. So once I check my work, it's going to tell me if I'm right. And it will give me a new scale. In this case, gave me G major. So once I check myself, okay, now it's G major in the treble clef. Now it's D major in the bass clef. So it keeps on going, and it's only the scales that you're required to know for this level. So now let's go down to this drawing key signature question. So in this case, I hover over the staff. So I'm going to hover over and I'm just going to click to place an accidental, well, a sharp or a flat. And if let's say I don't know that G major is just one sharp, I can keep going. But in this case, I know, so I'm going to click check. And it's going to say, well, it's going to show me a green check, and then it will move on to another question. So in this case, I can mark D major. And so it's only going to give me versions of this question that are in the syllabus. And it's going to do it randomly. So you'll notice I've done G to D quite a lot of times. Once you get to the higher levels, it's going to go through every key that's required to know for that level. So you get a lot more variety in this question. Okay, so for this one, to place these notes, I'm going to be hovering over the staff. So in this case, I place a note there, and then I can move along. And in order to draw accidentals, here's some arrow keys that I have. So once I hover over the note, so I hover away, hover back, hover over the note, and it's going to allow me to modify these. So let me just go ahead and finish drawing this to see if I hover over I can modify any of these. Click check. Okay, I got it correct. As we've seen, all of these questions have been based around G and D major. That's just because it's randomly picking from the syllabus and there aren't that many keys for this level. So this one is going to ask me to write an interval above the note. So if I do this, that's incorrect, but if I change it to a D sharp and check, now we're correct. And again, it's going to keep going forever, randomly choosing these notes, randomly choosing the clef. Because it's random, you'll get a repeat every now and then. It's not super likely, but it can happen. Okay, so this question we saw in level 1. It's basically just draws a either block or broken chord in the staff, and you have to identify the interval. Again, there's no major or minor, diminished, etc. It's just, is it a fifth or is it a third? See that, you know, it doesn't assume it's perfect or anything like that. It's just purely doing what the syllabus was intended to show, and in that it's just a fifth, nothing more. Okay, so question 8. We've already gone over this twice. Real quick, I can just show me using it, but it's very straightforward. And the range of this depends on what's in the syllabus. This one and the next one are essentially bank questions. The first 2 levels have these. So real quick, I'll just get this wrong, correct. And it will keep going through all of the notes or rests that I'm required to identify the beats counts of. And let's see here. Yeah, so it'll keep on going. It'll give me, here we go, we got a half. And then we got 4, etc., etc. It's just as you go through the levels, you get more notes, so you end up with more questions. Okay, so the last question, click the name or definition. This is a terms and symbols bank question. In this case, it's doing key signatures, but it can also throw in some of the dynamic markings that you'll see in scores. Basically, everything that's on the syllabus is going to show up in this bank. And so in this case, they're learning what a triad is. Okay, a key signature. For this case, you're going to be choosing the definition. Yeah, so you can see how that works. So yeah, level 2, it's got quite a bit more meat to it, which is expected. So thanks for watching.